Hey guys, this is Dinosaur Drawer, and today I'm gonna show you guys how to draw the Therizinosaurus. This drawing was requested by Nicole Kaiser, and yeah, this was the drawing I did yesterday. I think a drawing tutorial about a T-Rex versus a more accurate Spinosaurus, and the only thing I added was a little bit of dust and yeah. Alright, so if you don't know what a Therizinosaurus is, just a second. Okay, if you don't know what a Therizinosaurus is, the Therizinosaurus was I think it wasn't a meat-eating dinosaur, but I'm not sure if it's called a theropod dinosaur, if it was just a um, dinosaur standing on his two hind legs and eating plants. I don't really know, but um, basically it is a dinosaur with really weird proportions. So as you can see, he has a very big torso and a very long neck as well, and very big and powerful front limbs. But the only problem that I have with this dinosaur is that his tail is just too short for itself to balance itself, and that's why I'm gonna try to draw it in a different kind of way, more in this way than this way. The more accurate version would be more crouched over sort of thing, with his neck more forward, but then again uh, I am convinced that it will kind of tip over if it would walk that way, so I'm gonna try to do more a approach like this. Okay, so I'm gonna get everything ready and I'll be back. Okay, so I'm back, and I'm gonna show you guys which reference I'm using, if it will focus correctly. So basically, this is the Therizinosaurus, and this is the reference that I'll be using. And like I said, I'm gonna draw it more like upright, and his neck being kind of in a swan kind of pose. So I'm just gonna be experimenting a little bit with it. Okay, so normally I would say we start with the hip, but in this case I'm just gonna start with drawing his torso, his body. Okay, so what we want to start with is drawing yeah, let's just draw in his shoulder area first. This will be his shoulder area, and then this will be the hip area. So I'm gonna draw the spine over here, and here would be his hip bone, kind of like this, and then his tail would be going a little like this. And also, if I'm gonna draw the accurate version, his tail would be very slender, but I literally don't think that it would be able to balance itself if he had such a slender tail and standing in that particular pose. So I'm just gonna try, like I said, I'm just gonna try something different, something new. I hope you guys don't mind. So I actually drew his tail a little bit too long, because his tail is supposed to be just about the same length as his neck, which I'm gonna be drawing in right now. And again, I'm gonna do it more like a swan pose, swan neck kind of pose, than the way that it is supposed to look. In my opinion, it looks more like it's more built like a sauropod dinosaur than a actual dinosaur that would be able to walk on his two hind legs. So his the first hind leg goes like this, and then like this, and then the second one goes like this, and then like this. And then his front limbs, his arms go like this. Will actually go more like this, a little bit more outwards, and then like this. And then his hand would be kind of angled more this way, more down, before it goes into his arm. And let's see, his head would be, well, let's first draw the circle in for his head, and then it would be something like this. I think that's the right size. And his other arm would also be about over there. But it's just gonna be really hard to draw in those hands. It'll be really, really hard. So now I wanna get the leg muscles and everything in place. And then for the back muscle, the back of his leg. Okay, and by the way, normally I think scientists believe that this dinosaur would have had feathers, but I am not gonna be drawing a feathered version, because I'm gonna try to get better at the muscle layout and the shadow and everything that's on the muscles. So I think that his tail is a little bit too long, so I'm gonna make it a little bit, just a tiny little bit shorter. So that's a little bit more proportionate, but this is a strange dinosaur. Well, I mean, this dinosaur has strange proportions in general. So all right, and now for his feet, which look just like the theropod feet that you would expect from a meat-eating theropod dinosaur. So that's one. and then you would see a dew claw over here. And his heel over there, and basically this bone. Okay, so that are his both hind limbs, and I think that his neck might be a little bit too short. I mean, his neck is supposed to be longer than this, so I'm gonna make his neck just a tiny bit longer because I'm really not happy with the fact that it's so short. And maybe I'll make it a little bit more like this. And then over here would be his head. Something like this. I think this looks about right. Alright, now for his, well, maybe let's actually remove the second limb on the other side. Like this, and I'll redraw it in a different way. Because maybe this limb is more back, like this. And then something like this, I guess. It might look very bad at the end, but we'll have to have a little bit of faith. At least I have to have a little bit of faith in myself right now. Alright, so wait a second, just getting the right area of the reference. Alright, so basically there would be a very big muscle over there and over here as well, kind of getting into the elbow over there, and then it would go like this, and over here would be his hand, so his wrist, and here's where it's gonna get really tricky. So the longest claw he has on this finger, so I'm just gonna be drawing it like this. Let's see. Yeah, this is gonna be really hard, but I'll try to do my best. And then we have 3 bones and this one, and a couple of small ones in this one, but I'm just gonna draw it like 2. Alright, it looks tiny bit like this, so it's not too bad. I mean, it could be worse. And then I want to have a little bit of a skin attached to that, so it looks a little bit more like this. I'm putting in the area for the claws immediately. I kind of messed this area up, so I have to redo that area. Alright, that's a little bit better. And now trying to get the same kind of effect over here, but now it's kind of reversed. So that's gonna be a little bit difficult. So 1, 2, and then a very big claw. And then again 1, 2, 3, and a claw. Yeah, this is really really hard for me. But I do believe that I kind of got it right. At least not too bad. Alright, and now I'm gonna try and get his muscles and everything right. Alright. So yeah, I'm guessing that maybe when this drawing is finished it will look a little bit strange because of this arm coming from nowhere, but I hope that the people watching the drawing will get the clue that it's actually the other arm. So just going over everything, darkening the lines a little. And I am surprised how fast I got this this sketch on paper. I mean, I was expecting a lot of hard areas and time consuming parts, but I believe it is not too bad, and it also doesn't look too bad. So again, I'm not gonna put any feathers on this one because I like to go around with the muscles and shadows and everything, and that's gonna be even harder with when I'm gonna put in feathers. So that's why I'm trying not to put in feathers. Alright, so let's see. For his skull, which kind of goes like this, and then here would be his eyebrow, and it goes back a little more like this, and then he kind of has something going on like a beak, but I'm not sure about that. I think he does have something going on like a beak. And a jaw muscle over there. His nose would be about over there. And he would have a little bit of shadow over here. And let's see, you would have a little bit of shadow going on over here as well. And his muscle, jaw muscle over here. Normally I would leave this for later, but in this case I'm just gonna put a little bit on there before I'm going into the detail more. So there's a hole there, and his eye would be over there. And there's another hole there, but that's just areas where the muscle would attach to the skull. Okay, let's move on to the finer point so I can actually get his eye into place. It's supposed to be exactly in the middle of this area over here. And that's gonna be his eye. Alright, we are at 20 minutes, so that's pretty decent for this part. Didn't take too much time like I expected, but yeah, I'll show you guys in the next part how to do the details and stuff, and yeah. Alright, so if you liked the video, leave a like, comment below what you think about the video and the drawing in general, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you won't miss a single video. So this was Dinosaur Drawer, and goodbye.